Thank you all for coming to my channel. My name is Kim, and to be quite honest, with my disability, I never really thought that I would be able to play the music I heard, let alone write it, growing up and listening to death metal. And I started doing it as technology progressed more, and we got the very early stages of Guitar Pro and GarageBand and FL Studio back when it was called Fruity Loops. And I would use things like Amplitude. And as technology's progressed, it's finally gotten to the point where I can make songs that I feel like I like to listen to them, so I upload them, and hopefully other people vibe with it too, and so far they have. And today, I'm going to show you guys I'm going to show everyone how to get a sound like this, having a complete disability, like how you can fully express yourself with music on your computer. I'm going to give you a little sample of the work file that I had for the song As One of You Departs from the Earth on my channel. Right now we're going to look at the drums. I'll play it a little bit and then we'll go into the drums. Wait for the cymbal reverb to die down. There we go. So, as you heard, that was a full band, and that is all VSTs, due to me having not the strongest processor. We have two different work files. We got one for the guitar we'll go over, and we got one for the drums. I use a lot of different drums, but currently I'm using Addictive drums too, just because I love all the stuff you can do with it. Like, I'm not going to click any of these options because it'll mess up the settings I've changed and got on this kit, because the cymbals, I've turned them up and down some. The drums, I think we've changed the pitch of this one. Let me see here. Yeah, a little bit we raised the pitch of it because I didn't like the overall body ring of it. And we'll go more into toning and stuff in future videos that I'm going to do for everyone so they can learn how to do this, because I looked it up online when I was younger and I just found people using it as demo material, and I thought, why aren't people with disabilities using this technology to express themselves? And it says it's the Modern Heavy preset because I did start it with this kit and I really liked it, but as the song got written more and as I started to hear certain things, I wanted just more of a very abrasive style to the drums. Whoops. Sorry, sometimes my hands accidentally click the mouse and you get a little inside baseball. But we just got kick, snare. It's got a trigger system. I don't use it. I don't use this extra tom either. And another kick. And this is one thing I like about Addictive drums is they got this little symbol here you can click, the drop down, and you can link it to your kick so it has more of a varied sound when you're doing faster percussive things. And then just, I like all the symbols that come with this, but I really like 'Zildjian's. 'Zildjian. 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 'Zildji And then as you'll see on my mix chain all throughout it, I learned this from Leo. Forgive me if I'm butchering your last name. I think it's Spinusky. You do a lot of wonderful live mixing videos of bands. Let's see if we don't get this vid banned by doing this. We're not going to play anything you do, but yeah, Leo Sipniowski, I think is his name. But he had said when I asked him on his stream for tips on making a good preset of your own for Control Hub, because I like it because it's got everything in it that you would need. He said choose a preset of a producer you like. We're doing metal, so obviously we're going to go with Will Putney. He's one of, I've just always liked his records, and until I really got into mixing, I didn't know that I liked his records because I just wasn't reading the credits that much. And then when I started checking all the backs of the albums, I was like, man, this dude Will Putney is a tyrant in mixing. He's great. And this is one for a guitar solo right here. And then let's switch to the guitars. This took a long time. This is just an empty channel. If you write guitar and you program it and you do demo material, or you have a disability and you're actually using it, I highly recommend. I don't mean that like as in demo material isn't using it. I mean if you're actually using it to make material that these VSTs will be in the end product of. And so I take an empty channel and I label my tuning. It's drop A for this one. And what I learned about Reaper, if you double select, now I can see my strings. And I don't have to switch back to a program like Guitar Pro, because I'm not really that skilled in theory, so I do still have to write some in the strings, like the string count and what I know of music. And so these are our guitars. I don't know how good it's going to sound with my processor. This is 4 guitars each. And we're using Shreddage 3 Hydra by Impact Soundworks. I really like it. While it's on the screen, get the Lorna Shore drum pack. It's amazing. I love it. And you'll see it says multi-tracking here, and I have 4 channels. They're 1 through 4 on each of the separate guitars. Whoa, amateur moment. So I'm getting them back in order of where they need to be. And that is hilarious that I'm learning that on stream. That's in the video, folks. We have 2 of the same guitars. So technically you're getting 3 guitars and one of them is just copied. And then our bass here, I use Solemn Tones, Loki bass 2. And now let's run through it a little so you can hear it. Let me turn off the metronome for you. So I realized that the guitars, I mixed them a little loud, and you notice I don't have any effects on it. because when I drop them in, I do a control hub on the guitars and bass all together. And I usually make it the aggressive tone. Oh, this one I chose Master Chain Fat. I guess I wanted it to be a little fatter. But back to the guitars, a little ins and outs of making it sound more human and adding more to it is bends. Because you got to think, when you're watching your favorite guitarists and they're holding out notes, that hand on the neck is usually fluttering a little bit, if that's the right word. It's moving up and down, changing the pitch of the note. And I like to do that just to add a little flavor to the tremolo picking. And then it's just overall, you really want to, what I do is I can't go backwards. One of these I'm going to do build from scratch. So you can see how we take a rather plain tone, change things around, and beef it up to make it something spectacular. So I'm going to loop this section and buy this, buy this, buy this. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I wish I was. If I get sponsored too much, that might cause some issues with my benefits with my disability. So if y'all want to send me free products, go ahead. I will tell people to buy them if I love them. This is Gojira Neural DSP. I really like it. I haven't made the switch to X just because I don't know that much about guitar. I'm still learning, and this does everything I need. We got 3 different amp settings. Whoops. I mean 3 different amps. And then 3 different cabs. And then we mic it up. We got all these different mics we can use for it. We got a pedal section. On this one, when I first got this program, I never used these. I would compensate the distortion and the grit of it with more of these knobs and messing with these ones a little bit. And yeah, I just turned these knobs and really worked at it till I figured out how to use them. Sometimes I use YouTube videos or learning, but with my disability and not being able to have so much of a physical job, I like to just learn this stuff on my own and tinker with it until I get things where they need to be. And so that was the video on how to get your setup with a disability and to make these songs. So we got Shreddage Hydra 3 by Impact Soundworks for guitar. We got Loki Bass 2 for all of our bass guitar needs. Oh, and I showed you Archetype Gojira. On bass we have Bone Crusher by JST. It's just a dedicated bass amp. And I'm not trying to throw shade at any other plug-in company. Maybe I don't know how to use them either all that well. But this is the best vintage tube preamp. Just like a preamp. I said vintage because I'm looking at it on the screen, but the preamps, maybe I've never used them right, or maybe they haven't functioned as well with MIDI instruments rather than real ones, but this one does everything that you need it to do with these knobs little by little as you turn them, and you can chisel everything greatly. And it's got 2 EQs. We got digital and analog. And a little gain and compression thing. I'm still trying to learn how to use this. I believe I'm limiting and compressing here. I don't know. But I just have fun at the end of the day, and that's all you need to do. So thanks for coming by the channel, and comment below what you want next and who you think are the forefront of death metal today. Be it brutal death metal, slamming death metal, regular death metal, blackened death metal, all the types of death metal y'all talk about. Tell me who's on the forefront. Have a good day.